everybody and welcome to my channel. As you can see, today's video is going to be my very first challenge ever, and for the sake of challenges, I decided that the first one should be the one that I've seen the most and by far seems most difficult. A cheap art supply challenge. For those of you who don't know how it works, basically you go to any store and get the lowest priced art supplies, and most people get their stuff at the dollar store and whatnot. Mine is going to be a bit different. It's more of a cheap art supply challenge, Peruvian style, because I just came back to my home country for the summer break, which, in case you didn't get it, it was Peru. And I decided that I will only use cheap art supplies that I would get here. And all of the materials I got were super cheap, bless my country. And it shows later on, and I regret nothing. I got a watercolor paper, which I have to be real, it was really bad, and I got it only for like 50 cents, and it's like this huge piece of paper, which I don't know what to do with the rest of it because it doesn't work for watercolor at all, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Probably going to use it for wash, but like no watercolor, never watercolor. And I also got these Faber-Castell watercolors, which I think they are intended for little kids because I know Faber-Castell is a good brand, but these watercolors were like dried wash. They had like this chalky texture and they didn't feel like watercolors at all. They wouldn't bloom, they wouldn't work with water, and I was like struggling all the while. So I'm probably going to give them to someone like my cousin who will enjoy them more than I do, probably. And the thing I use for most of this picture is tempera, which is basically wash in Spanish. I've seen tempera for little kids since like forever. I always saw it on the stores and like it's always aimed for little kids, but I never got around to use it. Like I was an artsy kid, but I don't know why I never used it. So this was my very first time using it, and oh boy, was it difficult. It probably doesn't show that much since it's speed up, I'm not sure, but it had like this gluey texture and I was struggling all the while trying to make it work. Oh my god, like I'm not a pro at wash at all. Like, I'm really new to wash, but like the ones I've used before weren't like this at all, and also the colors were like really not nice, and I had like this really limited palette, and I had to mix some colors with. I had like a normal set, a neon set, and a metallic set, which I didn't use, and I'm sad because it was like nice. So I had to mix the neon colors with the normal ones to get like sort of more vibrantish colors. So yeah, and the problem is that the neon ones were like more gluey. I don't know why, so that's why it was like really hard for me, but like I think it came out pretty good at the end. Like, I'm actually proud of this picture. Also, I only use this cheap set of brushes, and the blue tape is also like a cheap knockoff of the blue painter's tape that I usually use, and like it didn't work at all. Like, it ripped off my paper when I took it off. But yeah, so every single thing I used here was really cheap. Like, I didn't use anything that wasn't cheap at all. And my thoughts on this challenge, I love the cheap art supply challenge. I've seen like millions of videos out there, and I always thought that people were like, I don't know, like whiny or exaggerating. I always thought that, oh, that's not that hard. But like, I regret ever thinking that. I'm so sorry. My respect to anyone who has ever done a cheap art supply challenge, because it's hard working with this stuff. I struggled a lot. Like, it was like really hard, but I think like it was doable. Like, maybe if you can afford more expensive stuff, or in my case, if you live in a country where they don't sell much art supplies without them being super expensive and having to sell your kidney for good stuff, these kind of materials can be okay. I mean, with practice, I think any artist can rock any kind of materials. Like, of course, it would be super cool and nice if you could get something that is not that hard to work with. But hey, the good side is that when you get better materials, they're going to be a piece of cake to use. English is not my forte. Like, please kill me, I'm not good with English. The point is, materials don't make the artist. So if you're out there and can only afford cheap stuff, that's fine. Don't feel bad about it. Just get going. Your art will be amazing. I didn't start doing traditional art till like 1 year ago. So it's never too late. And believe me, if you work with this stuff and you can like actually use it, like if you get better stuff, it's going to be like super easy for you. So in one way, you're like ahead of the game. Okay, about the picture. I'm running out of time. So you know how it's made, right? So there's this whole hashtag thingy I saw on Instagram, hashtag mermaid, and I thought like that was so adorable, and I decided to join with like a pancake mermaid because like I wanted to be more original, I guess. I know you also love cute stuff, so she's a pancake. Her name may be Pancake. That would be like the cutest thing. Okay, so she loves swimming in seas of syrup and will eat any pancake she gets. So yeah, she's really chubby and cute, and I like her design. I'm happy. I don't know if it shows, but like the things that are on her breasts are actually like half of a strawberry, which doesn't really make sense since the strawberry would be huge compared to her, but it made sense in my mind when I was making this. And yeah, that's it for the video. I wanted to apologize to everyone for the lack of video this couple of weeks. I was very, very sick, and then finals came, and then I had to come back home while I was still sick, talk about 7 hours in a plane, and then get like a place to work here because I didn't have space, and well, it was not a pretty picture this couple of weeks. But now it's summer break, and I'm hoping to get more videos out. Maybe, hopefully, I'm not promising anything, but maybe 2 per week. But that's just an idea. Like I'm hoping to have like better videos. Also, sorry for the bad lighting. I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but my likes here aren't as good as the ones I have in Canada. So I don't know if that will get better, but yeah. I want to thank all of the new subs as well. We're almost at 100, which may be a small number for some, but for me, it isn't. Thank you for everything, guys. You're awesome. I love you. You're the best. I won't let you down. So keep on watching, guys. See ya.